All right, today we're diving into something really fascinating. It's a novel that takes two worlds that seem like they're miles apart. You've got the super structured, logical world of tech project management on one hand, and then the messy, often chaotic journey of personal healing on the other. Now, for anyone who's not in that tech world, a lot of teams use systems like Agile or Scrum. They're basically just frameworks for breaking down huge, complicated projects into small, manageable pieces. So, this is the question at the very heart of the book, Backlog of Dreams. And just let that sink in for a second. What if your life had a sprint backlog? I mean, what if you could organize your hopes, your anxieties, your entire path to reinvention with the same kind of focus and clarity that a team uses to build an app? It's an idea that immediately gets you thinking, doesn't it? Okay, so to really get why this idea is so powerful, we need to understand the human problem that kicks this whole story off. This isn't just some abstract thought experiment. It's rooted in a struggle that is, well, incredibly real and relatable for a lot of people. So we meet our main character, Arvind. He's a professional, mid-career, and he suddenly finds himself at a total crossroads. He's dealing with losing his job and all the self-doubt that just floods in after something like that. He's facing this huge challenge of emotional recovery. It's that feeling of being totally adrift, and needing some kind of new map to figure out which way is forward. And this is where the book introduces its really unique solution. Instead of just trying to muddle through, Arvind's friend, Rishi, introduces him to a totally new way to look at his life and a new way to approach healing. The core idea is just brilliant. It asks, what if you took the language of Scrum and Agile, all those terms from the tech world we just mentioned, and applied them to the biggest project of all, being human? It's really about bringing a little bit of structure to the unstructured parts of life and finding a clear path through the chaos. So how in the world does this actually work in practice? Well, the book cleverly reimagines the core tools of Agile, but not for building software. It's for rebuilding the soul. First up, you've got the sprint. In tech, that's a fixed amount of time, say 2 weeks, to get a specific piece of work done. But in this context, it becomes a short, focused period to work on an emotional goal. So a sprint could be focused on something like rebuilding your confidence after a setback, or maybe reconnecting with an old friend. It takes these huge, overwhelming challenges and breaks them down into something that feels, well, doable. Then you've got the backlog. Now, this isn't a list of software features or bugs to fix. It becomes your personal, organized list of all the things you want to address in your life, your hopes, your dreams, even the fears you need to face. It's basically a living, breathing document for your own reinvention. And this might be the most important piece of the puzzle, the retrospective. At the end of each sprint, it's a scheduled time for some real, soulful reflection. You ask yourself, what went well on my personal journey this past couple weeks? What did I learn? It's this dedicated time to check in with yourself, to actually see your progress, and to adjust your course with intention. And here's where the concept really, really clicks into place. A standard user story at work might sound like, as a user, I want to log in so I can access my account. Pretty straightforward. But look at how the book reframes this for healing. As a person, I want to practice self-compassion to rebuild my sense of worth. Wow. That just perfectly illustrates how powerful this shift in language can be. The whole book is just full of these clever, insightful chapter titles that blend the two worlds perfectly. Take this one. A daily stand-up is a quick check-in meeting for a tech team. Here, it becomes a daily stand-up with doubt, a daily moment to acknowledge your own inner critic. It's funny, but it's also so incredibly profound. And here's another fantastic one, Epic of Enough. Now, in Agile, an epic is a huge body of work, a massive project. And here, it becomes the lifelong journey of learning to feel that you are enough, just as you are. It's just a beautiful way to reframe a struggle that is so deeply human. So if you put it all together, the core themes of the story really shine through. It's all about using these tech metaphors to drive real emotional growth. It's about the power of friendship, especially when you're navigating those big midlife changes. And it's about tackling it all with a sense of gentle humor and a quiet, steady resilience. But there's a much deeper message here, and this is really important. The book makes it crystal clear that this isn't about turning your life into some kind of productivity hack. The goal is not about how fast you can heal or check things off a list. There's this one line that really contains the whole thesis of the book. It says that in life, velocity or speed isn't everything, and that the best, the most meaningful sprint goal you can have is simply becoming.
So, what that really means is that the true goal here isn't to be faster or more productive. It's about living with intention. It's about growth. It's about slowly, deliberately becoming more of the person you truly want to be. The whole agile framework becomes a tool not to get more done, but to be more present in your own journey.
So, as we wrap up, the book's central question kind of turns back towards us, right? It's an invitation to start thinking about our own lives through this really unique lens. Ultimately, Backlog of Dreams is so much more than just a clever story. It's a genuine roadmap. It's a guide for anyone out there who feels a little stuck, who's maybe facing their own moment of reinvention, or who is simply looking for a new way to live with a bit more purpose.
And that leaves us with one final and I think pretty powerful question to take away from all this. If you were to start today, if you decided to apply this gentle, structured approach to your own life, what would be the very first item that you would place in your backlog of dreams?